Hello everyone, my name is Yufeng, and today I want to talk about the evolution of the business ethic from Friedman's shareholder primacy to stakeholder theory and CSR. So we have 5 parts, and the first one I want to talk about shareholder primacy. So in 1917, there was a man called Friedman who noted shareholder primacy theory. He thinks the only social responsibility for companies is to maximize their profits and seek the highest interests for their stakeholders while complying with laws and social ethical rules. And he criticized that when entrepreneurs sacrifice shareholder interests for social responsibility, they are actually allocating resources without consent, which is the function of the government, not the business. Responsibility is a personal concept and should not be imposed on any companies or commercial organizations, although shareholder primacy theory has clear goals and operability in the short term. It ignores the negative externalities of enterprises on the environment and the society, which may lead to public dissatisfaction with capitalism. After a few years, as the social pays more attention to corporate ethic and sustainable development, stakeholder theory has gradually become mainstream, which is emphasizing that companies should balance the need of shareholders and other stakeholders. It thinks that business must account for all stakeholders like employees, customers, suppliers, communities, and shareholders. Their interconnectedness in the success of a business is important. This kind of theory has an obvious contrast with Friedman's view. From the perspective of business ethics, companies began recognizing that long-term success depends on creative value for all stakeholders, and ethical decision-making expand to include considerations like employee welfare, consumer rights, and environmental sustainability. It should not be solely profit-oriented, but should balance the interests of multiple parties. So, what's the corporation social responsibility? It's a long-term topic which talked by people since 1990s. It's a specific practice developed on the basis of stakeholder theory. Reflecting the further evolution of business ethics, it means while pursuing economic benefits, corporations should consciously bear responsibilities to society, the environment, and the stakeholders. So, what's the practical meaning of this change for organizations and the society? Well, there's an example I saw on the internet recently, which talks about that in my hometown, Quanzhou City, Fujian Province, China, since 14 December 2015. Well, after seeing that, I think the example shows the lacking of environmental responsibility, and the imbalance between corporate social responsibility. The enterprises should not only pursue economic interests, but also fulfill their social and environmental responsibilities. However, the manufacturing companies involved were accused of polluting water source and releasing toxic gas, which shows that they ignore their basic uh, responsibilities to the environment while pursuing profits and expansion. In terms of best business ethics, this behavior violates the principle of least harm and the principle of sustainable development. The company's effort in the field of clean energy, such as the production of solar panels, should support environmental protection goals, but the manufacturing process causes environmental pollution, forming a green paradox. Stakeholder theory emphasizes that the companies need to pay attention to any balance the interest of all stakeholders, not just shareholders. In this case, solar manufacturers may have prioritized costs and the profits from the shareholder perspective, but they ignore the environmental health and the long-term interest of surrounding communities. Friedman in 1984 thinks only by effectively managing stakeholder relationship can companies achieve long-term sustainable development. But the failure of Quanzhou companies to effectively manage their relationships with the community has led to a crisis of trust and protests. Besides, in the case, there was a clear lack of interaction between business and the local government, leading to resident protests but a decline in social trust. So I think the company should take the initiative to fill government's gap and enhance social trust through transparent environmental policies and community cooperation. Community cooperation. According to Rhodes in 2023, emphasize that uh, enterprises are not only economic organizations in the modern society, but also important institutions that bear social responsibilities. If enterprises cannot gain the trust of the community and the public, their social legitimacy will be threatened. In addition, the business doesn't prioritize environmental responsibility. They always claim that they use green technology to produce solar equipment. It's a typical CSR PR. However, since their polluting behavior directly harms the interests of the community, this PR behavior actually conceals the real problem. Beckens field in 2004 of fields revealed the problem that companies may evade environmental responsibility through green propaganda. And in the case, the hypocrisy has triggered a strong backlash from the community. And in the absence of mandatory regulation and external pressure, companies are likely to ignore the public interest. Finally, in the case, I think the company failed to balance these dimensions, especially in terms of environmental protection and community relation management, which reflects the contradiction between the company's sustainable development goals and the actual operations. Crane in 2001 notes that CSR is not just a single moral action, but a complex, multi-dimensional structure of or concept that includes environmental protection, economic contribution, and stakeholder engagement. In summary, we could learn a lot throughout the example and those existing studies. Corporate social responsibility is a multi-dimensional concept, including environmental protection, economic benefits, and stakeholder participation, like what I mentioned before. It's becoming more and more important for those corporations in the society. Through the example, we could know that for enterprises, they should take the initiative to enhance environmental governance responsibilities and achieve a win-win situation for long-term interests. And social trust through technological innovation and cooperations with a community. For the society, the protest highlights the importance of local government strengthen supervision and guiding business to engage in sustainable behavior, while also reflecting the roles of the public in promoting environmental justice. So that's all. Thank you for watching. Thank you.